standing in front of Cosme. This is one of Manhattan's hottest restaurants. It's on the E to 38 for a good reason. They are cooking some of the best Mexican food in New York and some of the most modern food in New York. However, the dish that I'm gonna go try is a take on carnitas using duck instead of pork. And even though they're using really modern chefy techniques, the dish itself really has that sort of old world feel. So let's go in there and see how Chef Daniela Soto-Innes makes this dish.
It was just like a family meal project that ended up being our biggest production at Cosme. It just takes our whole walk-in space.
It's kind of shocking when you think that it's a dish that competes price-wise with, like, you know, big cuts of meat. Right. But obviously when you see what goes into it, it's a long process. Break the process down for us.
So the duck comes in, we cure it with salt. We hang it for 4 days. And then we cook it overnight with duck fat, chiles, different spices, Mexican Coke. It's important that it's Mexican. Evaporated and condensed milk. So the evaporated milk kind of breaks down the breast and makes it a lot more tender. Before we put it in the oven, we layer it with duck fat and the rest of the ingredients. We take everything out of the dogs, the neck, the gizzards, and everything. And then we put it underneath a salamander to make it really nice and crispy. And then we top it with onions, cilantro, radish, and lime.
I think we should just get in there and just stick it in and grab it. It's like 4 days that I'm probably gonna eat in about 4 minutes. You basically grab a tortilla. These are heritage breed corn that they make in-house. You can smell the freshness on that. And it really just feels like it was just pressed, which is indeed the case. Look at that. It's like a perfectly formed taco. Wow. It does have that stickiness that duck has, which is kind of a pleasing thing. I find that duck has so much more depth of flavor than most other poultry, especially the chicken that most people eat. I mean, that's to do with the fact that duck, of course, is the meatiest of the poultries. It has a lot of blood in all of its muscles, myoglobin. That gives it a flavor and a texture that's closer to red meat than any other fowl or any other poultry. The meat really breaks down, and what you get is these beautiful, tender ribbons that it just falls apart in every way. You can see that. Of course, that's really highlighted by the long process. They really draw out those flavors. But there's something about this. It is a sophisticated, very thought out, very rigorously, intellectually, precisely made dish. You can just see it's like ribbons of duck just falling apart. It's so supple and just tender. To me, it does have all the sophistication of like some of the most fancy duck breasts that they serve at French restaurants stuffed with foie gras. And it has all the flavor and maybe a lot more even than those. I'm gonna finish this dish off. I do recommend that when you visit Cosme, you definitely get this. Probably best to share, but an ambitious meat eater could definitely take this thing down on their own. So, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you on the next episode of The Meat Show.